Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we are going to tackle what is absolutely, without a doubt, the ultimate grammatical hurdle for English speakers learning Spanish: por versus para. I mean, if you've spent literally any time at all studying Spanish, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These two tiny little words cause a massive amount of confusion. And it's mainly because they force us to completely rewire how we think about time, space, and intention. But don't worry, by the end of this explainer, you're going to have a powerful new framework for understanding exactly how and why they differ. Okay, let's just dive right into it. So why is this such a struggle for us? Why is the English word for the absolute biggest trap in the Spanish language? Well, honestly, it all comes down to how lazy English can be. In English, the word for is essentially just this giant catch-all bucket. We use it for almost everything, just mashing wildly different concepts into one tiny word. But Spanish approaches reality entirely differently. It demands precision. It simply doesn't have a direct equivalent to our all-purpose for. Instead, it splits the world into two totally distinct concepts, depending on the underlying intention of what you're trying to express. And the crazy thing is, using the wrong one isn't just a minor slip-up. It can actually completely change the reality of what you're communicating to a native speaker. To fix this, we need a complete paradigm shift. And this is the golden rule you really need to anchor in your mind right now. I want you to visualize a spatial metaphor, specifically an arrow. First, we have por. Picture an arrow that points backward. It's looking backward over its shoulder toward the cause, the reason, or the motive behind an action. It represents where the action came from. Para, on the other hand, is an arrow that points forward. It looks ahead, toward the purpose, the goal, or the destination of an action. It represents exactly where the action is going. Backward versus forward. It sounds incredibly simple, I know, but it is deeply profound once you actually start applying it. Let's break this down a bit further and look at a really handy memory trick for that backward-facing arrow, POR. The letters in POR stand for price or payment, occasion or cause, and route or duration. Do you notice a theme here? They are all about looking over your shoulder. These specific uses are all backward-facing or transactional. You're looking back at what caused something, what you are exchanging for something, or the physical route you already took to get somewhere. Let's look at exactly how this works in real life. Here's a perfect illustration of the price aspect of our acronym. Pagué $20 por la camisa. I paid $20 for the shirt. Now, why must we use por here? Because an exchange, or a price, is a purely transactional look backward. You're handing over $20, and then you are looking back at the shirt you're getting in return. It's a trade. The whole reason you gave up that $20 bill is sitting right there in the shopping bag. The action is totally rooted in the exchange. Next up in our acronym is the O for occasion or cause. Gracias por la invitación. Thanks for the invitation. Think deeply about this for a second. When you thank someone, your gratitude is a reaction to something that already happened, right? You are looking backward at the cause behind your thank you, which in this case is the invitation that was extended to you earlier. Because you're pointing your arrow back at the reason for your gratitude, we always reach for por. Finally, we have the R in POR, route and duration. Manejamos por la costa por 2 semanas. We drove along the coast for 2 weeks. Moving through a physical space, like driving along a coast or walking through a park, relies heavily on the backward-looking arrow of POR, because you're tracing the path behind you. And the exact same logic applies to time. If you spend a specific duration doing something, like driving for 2 weeks, you're measuring a span of time that has already passed. It's a backward-facing measurement of minutes, days, or years that you've moved through. All right, let's shift gears completely. We are turning our arrow around to build our understanding of the other half of the equation, para. Here, we're shifting our focus entirely to the forward-facing arrow. The letters P-A-R-A stand for purpose, aim, or goal, recipient, and arrival or deadline. Notice how every single one of these 4 core uses points ahead into the future. They are all hurtling forward toward a very specific destination or objective. So the most crucial point here is establishing purpose. Estudio para aprender. I study in order to learn. Learning is the future goal. It hasn't fully happened yet. It's the target you are aiming at by opening your books. In fact, if there is one single hack you remember from this explainer, it's this. Whenever you can translate your thought to in order to, para is the absolute perfect forward-pointing fit. Let's look at the R in para, recipient. Este regalo es para ti. This gift is for you. Think of handing someone a birthday present. A recipient is the final destination of an object. The gift starts its journey in my hands, and its future goal, its ultimate arrival point, is you. Because it's traveling forward to a destination, we absolutely must use para. And rounding out the acronym, we have arrival or deadline. La tarea es para el viernes. The homework is for Friday. I mean, what is a deadline really? It's a target you are marching toward in the future. Deadlines are, by definition, specific future targets in time. They are the destination for your project or assignment. Because you're aiming forward at Friday, para is the only correct choice here. I want to give you a highly practical gut check that you can use on the fly during real, unscripted conversations. You might want to take a mental screenshot of this. If you are stuck mid-sentence, just run these quick translation tests in your head. The thanks/because test. If you can rephrase your sentence with because of or you are thanking someone for a reason, it's almost always pour. On the flip side, the in order to/intended for test. If your sentence can be rephrased as in order to do something or if an object is physically intended for someone, it is almost always para. Okay, let's put this into practice by looking at some classic mistakes English speakers make. We've literally all done this. First up, thanking people. We directly translate thanks for your help into gracias para tu ayuda. But freeze, remember the arrow. When you thank someone, are you looking forward to a goal or backward at the reason you are grateful? You're looking backward at the help they already gave you. Therefore, it must be gracias por tu ayuda.
Here's another incredibly common trap, saying trabajo por una empresa internacional. If you're talking about your employer, this is totally incorrect. Think about who the work is actually intended for. Your boss or your company is the recipient of your blood, sweat, and tears. They are the forward-facing destination of your hard work. Therefore, the correct sentence is trabajo para una empresa internacional.
What's really fascinating here is how just swapping the preposition completely changes the context and meaning of the exact same words. If you say trabajo por mi papá using the backward transactional por, it means I work in my dad's place or on his behalf, like you're substituting for him. But if you say trabajo para mi papá using the forward-facing destination of para, it means I work for my dad. He is the recipient of your work. One makes you a helpful substitute, the other makes him your boss. Just one little word completely redefines the entire family dynamic. And this brings us to a fantastic contextual climax. Check out this sentence. Caminamos por el centro para llegar al museo. We walked through downtown in order to get to the museum. Both prepositions are in the exact same sentence, and each is doing a totally different, highly specific job. Por is the route we traveled through, the backward physical path. Para is the final destination and purpose, the forward-facing goal of getting to the museum. It perfectly encapsulates everything we've covered today. So, let's do a rapid-fire quiz to test your newly rewired language instincts. Mini practice 1. Fill in the blank. Este libro es blank T. This book is for you. I'll give you 3 seconds to think about it. 1, 2, 3. Think about the arrow. Where is the book going? If you said para, you totally nailed it. The book is intended for you. You are the recipient, which means you are the forward-facing destination of that object. Great job. Let's try another one. Mini practice 2. Caminamos blank el parque esta mañana. We walked through the park this morning. Are we talking about a destination or a route of movement? Take a couple of seconds to decide. The answer is POR. We are talking about movement through a physical place. You are physically tracing a path through the trees. It's a route, which falls squarely under our backward-looking path-tracing arrow of por. Okay, last one. Make it counts. Mini practice 3. Necesito terminar el proyecto blank el viernes. I need to finish the project by Friday. Ask yourself, is Friday a cause or is it a target? Take 3 seconds. You nailed it. The answer is para. Friday is a deadline. It's a specific point in time in the future that you are aiming at. Deadlines are always future-facing targets. So para is your absolutely essential go-to preposition here. To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. You no longer have to guess. Next time you're about to say for in Spanish, just pause for a split second and ask yourself, is your action pointing backward at the cause, the route, or the price? Or is it pointing forward to the goal, the deadline, or the recipient? Master that spatial mindset, and por and para will literally never trap you again. But it kind of makes you wonder, right? If Spanish splits the word for to completely change how we view time and space, what other English catch-all words are hiding completely different realities in Spanish? Keep practicing, and thanks so much for learning with us on this explainer today.